morning, guys. I'm on my way to the post office. It's early morning. Try and knock that out of the way before it gets too liney up in there. I've got to mail some thank you cards. And today is grocery day. Hopefully, I'm going to try and double tap Costco, Kroger. I may only be successful with hitting up Kroger, however, depending on how my day works itself out, time-wise, scheduling-wise. But as far as the sunscreen, guys, I am really enjoying that Hada Labo sunscreen still. It's got Tinosorb S in it, which is bimetrizinol. That's really one of the strong arms in the product as far as UVA protection. That right now, alongside Uvinol, the other filter in there, that is what is affording me protection right now from the ultraviolet light that is coming through this little sunroof here and through the windows. Okay, glass does not prevent that from getting in, and it penetrates the skin deeply. Those filters are a lot more stable than the ones that we have available in the United States. However, they still degrade with time, so you need to reapply. Someone's asking me about how many bottles, tubes of a sunscreen I go through. So I'm going to give you an example. Say I exclusively use one sunscreen, which you all know I don't. I usually use several, solely because I have so many, and I like to talk about them with you all. So I carry a bunch around and, have several that I reapply with, etc., etc. But say I'm exclusively using a Japanese sunscreen, okay? Those Japanese sunscreens typically come in a 50-gram tube, I would say. For the most part, pretty much every Japanese sunscreen I've used to date comes in a 50-gram tube, with the exception of the Nivea in the pump, okay? So the Shiseido Senka aging whatever, the one in the yellow tube, as well as the Biore UV Watery Essence, and now Hada Labo. Those are all, I believe, 50-gram tubes. A 50-gram tube of sunscreen will last me approximately 16 days if I am applying it 3 times a day to my face, neck, ears, basically everything from the collarbones up. If I'm applying it 3 times a day. And I typically reapply sunscreen in the winter months when I'm not going outdoors at all. I mean, let's face it, I don't go outdoors. I used to spend more time outdoors when I lived in Colorado, but I just don't that much anymore. I mostly work out indoors. So, I don't really spend prolonged periods of time outdoors, but some people do, in which case you need to reapply it every 2 hours. Okay, but for me, when I'm only reapplying it, maybe 3-4 times a day, it lasts me approximately 16 days, okay? So that's kind of another reason why I stretch out my use with them, and that I throw in some other sunscreens in my bag. I won't exclusively use the Japanese one, just to make it last a little bit longer, so I can continue to talk about them. But thus far, I think some of my favorites have been the Nivea one in the pump and the Hada Labo one, as far as the Japanese sunscreens. European sunscreens, I did enjoy the Aven one. I did not really love the Bioderma one, however. And they're both the Japanese and the European sunscreens both have filters that are pretty similar, and that we don't have here in the US. As far as the American sunscreens, my favorite brands include Neutrogena, not because they pay me or know I exist, but because I just like them. I like the Neutrogena Clear Face sunscreen a lot. That's chemical sunscreen. I also like the Neutrogena Sheer Zinc sunscreen quite a bit. That's exclusively mineral. I like the Eucerin Everyday Face SPF 30. That is a combination sunscreen. I like the CeraVe AM that you guys know I love. That is a combination sunscreen that has a little bit of niacinamide in it for a little bit of help with redness, but can sting some people. And what are some of the other American facial sunscreens that I like quite a bit? Oh, of course, Elta MD, sourced from Carlton, Texas. I've got to go to Carlton since Apparently that's where the Elta MD factory is. I noticed that the other day. Is that near Dallas? It sounds like somewhere near Dallas, perhaps. But yeah, those are my favorites. Favorite American sunscreens. I have many, so that's really an abbreviated, just what comes on the tip of my tongue list. But and then, you know, sun protective clothing wise, I you know, rely on a lot of hats, and I'm not wearing sunglasses right now. I should be, but I typically wear those Ray-Bans that I enjoy. But oh my gosh, you guys, last night I finally did it. I finally cut the cord and broke up with Netflix. I've been saying I was going to do this for so long because, you know, first and foremost, I don't have time. You know, I shouldn't say I don't have time. I don't choose to spend my time watching much television or TV or anything. I do enjoy movies, okay? So that's why I had Netflix for so long, but I was not watching it at all. And the movies and the shows on there, they just didn't hold my interest. I mean, some of them were good. I did enjoy the Anne of Green Gables series. It was okay. I mean, it wasn't like, I don't know. It didn't win me over to Netflix anymore. So I finally broke up with that, which is $7.99 of a month that, I don't know, I could donate to one of the many unfortunate homeless people on the street here in Houston who, you know, need food and resources. Find somebody who needs it. So I cut the cord on that last night. I do really enjoy, however, the Amazon Prime video that I get with my Amazon Prime membership. So that was another reason why I wanted to bail on Netflix. It's like I'm already paying for the Amazon Prime thing, and they've got better stuff on there. So bye-bye Netflix. Not to mention YouTube. I mean, I watch more YouTube than anything, but I've really been enjoying the Amazon Prime video quite a bit. So yeah, cut the cord on that one. But anyways, I am gonna head to the store later today, and I'll have a grocery haul for you guys. I'm feeling really springy, even though it's overcast today. The weather's been kind of warm, and like I'm over here by this beautiful flower bed. The weather's been kind of warm. I've got my Rosavilla pineapple earrings and necklace in today. I haven't worn those in a while because after the holiday I left them at my mom's house and kept forgetting to get them, so I have those back. I really enjoyed those Rosavilla earrings. But yeah, that is what is going on. Alright, so I just pulled in here at Costco. Bad news bears. My Witch, the one that you guys always used to see me go to, that has the expert lettuce witch crafter, the guy who is really talented at wrapping the lettuce witches. It's no longer there. It is out of business, out of commission. There's an empty sign for lease on the thing. That's really breaking my heart right now. I can't even look over there. It's just devastating. Witch is really the only fast food establishment that I care to frequent. I don't really care for fast food at all, and particularly since going a vegan, plant-based diet. I find that anytime I eat out, the food is just overwhelmingly far too salty, and I just, you know, it's like, well, I could do this better at home. But Witch remains a staple. It remains a go-to for me, and the fact that it's no longer there, so sad. Hopefully the one by my mom doesn't go out of business and they don't all start going out of business. I mean, that would be devastating. Witch has so many options as far as vegan, vegetarian, you know, meat, different ways to do the sandwiches. I mean, it's just amazing, and I absolutely love that lettuce witch. It's like a salad that you eat with your hands. So I don't know, that makes me sad. And what's the other one? The one where the guy goes out and shoots elephants. I forget what it's called. Jimmy John's. Yeah, they have that unwitched thing. It is like a wilted, limp little leaf of lettuce pitifully wrapped around like some lame little brown slice of avocado. No, don't go for that. Witch, lettuce witch, black bean burger, that is where it's at. But anyways, that's my little fast food rant there. So, speaking of food, I'm gonna head on into Costco. And from Costco this week, I went ahead and got another bag of the 3-berry blend that I've been enjoying. This has raspberries, blackberries, and blueberries in it. And I've just been enjoying it. It's topped on my cauliflower oats in the morning and in smoothie bowls. It's really been good. And I also got, I love their House Foods organic tofu. So I got a 4-pack of that. This is non-GMO, gluten-free. I don't have a problem consuming soy, and I feel comfortable eating it. I've read the studies, to each his own, but I enjoy this one by House Foods. It's pretty good and easy to prepare. I also went ahead and got some more of the unsweetened almond milk that I like from Costco. This has added B12 in it, which I enjoy. And I got some organic cauliflower rice as well for my cauliflower oats and cauliflower rice pudding in the Kasari. Really been loving that and buzzing through my cauliflower rice. And then I went ahead and got another bag of bananas at Costco. I like to just let these ripen and then chop them up into thirds and freeze them. And then I have them for smoothies. As always, wouldn't be a trip to Costco without the fresh and quick spinach. And then I got a container of the organic chocolate creamy chocolate fudge protein powder. I know I just got 2 containers of protein powder from iHerb, that Muscle Farm brand that I really like. I also love the organic variety as well. And at Costco, this was one of the last days of a dealio where I basically got, 27 servings for close to $20, which for protein powder is a pretty good price. So I went ahead and got that. This doesn't go bad, and I will eventually consume it, even though I've got 2 more containers of another plant-based protein powder. And I just consume these solely for the taste. I really like the way they taste. I don't chase after the protein supplementation. I think I get enough of that from legumes and the whatnot. So I'm going to put all this away. All right, so I scored all of these apples at Kroger for $2. These are, quote, too ugly to sell at the normal price. So they bag them up and sell them for $1 a bag. And so I got 2 bags of these apples, and honestly, they're not even bruised or anything, and I think they're pretty. I don't know. So I just washed mine in a little running water, and then I soaked them in a little bit of white vinegar and water to get off all the human germs from people touching them, and then I just dry them here and put them in the fridge. They last several weeks. This number of apples will last me probably two weeks by storing them in the fridge. They don't go bad. Then they had zucchini squash on sale. I want to do some zoodles this week, I'm thinking, perhaps. So I got some zucchini. I also got a green bell pepper. This was 50 cents. And I also got my 2-pound bag of carrots that I enjoy. Yeah, and I like mentioning the price that I get on things, because I think it's interesting to hear how much people pay for groceries in different areas of the country and or world. And then I also think it's interesting to point out that eating a plant-based diet is not as cost prohibitive as one might think. And side note, this is the vinegar that I got. I get this vinegar at Costco, FYI, and that's what I use to clean my produce in. Then I also got 6 Asian pears. I really love these. They store out at room temperature. I just keep them, I think they look pretty on top of my stove. And they sit there and they don't go bad. And they'll last out at room temperature for several weeks. And then I scored 6 Asian pears from Kroger. I really enjoy these. This is something I started getting at H Mart, and now I just alternate getting them at H Mart and Kroger depending on which store I'm shopping at, but I like them. They're really crunchy. They're not super sweet. Depending on how ripe they are, they're pretty juicy when you bite into them. They have, I think, a pretty high water content. I think they look pretty stored on top of my stove, and they stay really fresh and don't perish out at room temperature for 14 days at least. I've kept them out, so I just leave them out there. They don't go bad, and they seem to do quite well. Then I got some staples, a yellow onion, 2 bulbs of garlic. I got a big thing of cabbage, 2 sweet potatoes. And then this is some new bougie almond milk, the So Delicious dairy-free organic almond milk with cashew. It's quite expensive, but it was on sale at Kroger. I had a $1 off coupon from Kroger, and it's on Ibotta. So I basically got this for far less than just the generic almond milk that I would normally get at Kroger and or Costco. Then I got some green split peas, 2 cans of petite diced, no salt added tomatoes for recipes. These were, I think, 50 cents each. I got some organic Thompson raisins from the bulk bin. I just store them in this cute little mason jar here. And I got some more. I really like this Javalia espresso roast. I think I like it better than the Lavazza espresso that I was previously drinking. I don't like either any more than I like Bustelo though, but this is on sale at Kroger, so I went ahead and got another bag of that. And I really enjoy these low sodium rice cakes from Kroger. They're just brown rice and salt, and they're like $1.70, I think, so pretty inexpensive. And I showed how I use these in my smoothie bowls to stimulate, to mimic rice cereal. You just crush them up, and yeah, they're a lot of fun that way. I've always wanted to try this Explore Cuisine organic edamame spaghetti. It's got 24 grams of protein in one serving, which is pretty high for plant-based food. The only ingredient is edamame, and the reason I've never really tried these before is because I never really had a good pot to cook them in. But now that I've got my Kosari multi-cooker, I'm going to give these a whirl. I thought they'd be good with the zucchini noodles. They also have these currently at Costco, and they're a really good price there, but I thought I would try just a single box of them to make sure I liked them before committing to the Costco ones. But if I like this, I might try some others. My mom really likes a lot of these. She's had some hits and misses with a lot of the legume-based pastas. For example, we tried a black bean pasta that was terrible, but then she's also tried the red lentil pasta, I think it was, the penne, and that was quite good. So we'll see how the organic edamame spaghetti goes, but I think it might be fun to have with the zoodles. So that is everything I got this week. Well, hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the grocery haul today. You know, I swear what you eat is just as important oftentimes in the kind of skincare lineup. So those of you who actually tune into my grocery hauls, I feel like you're getting more in-depth skincare routinage than the exclusive skincare content viewers. But speaking of the skin, tonight I took off my mascara and sunscreen. You guys know I love to do the double cleanse method. Use a cleansing oil, namely the one I prefer is the Hada Labo cleansing oil, to dissolve my mascara, which is the only makeup I wear, as well as my sunscreen. And then while I'm in the shower, I wash it off with a fragrance-free gentle cleanser. Previously, I was using the Neutrogena Hydrating Facial Wash. I love the CeraVe Creamy Facial Wash. I love the Hada Labo Hyaluronic Acid Facial Wash. All of those I continue to use. Currently, I am using the Ceramedics Creamy Facial Wash and really enjoying that. Long story short, tonight, you know, I've got a ton of like little samples floating around and whatnot, and I've tried this before. It's the DHC cleansing cleansing oil. This one's very popular. Many of you ask me if I like it, and I really only try these little sample bits and bobs here and there, and to me it does okay. I think it's kind of similar to Hada Labo, but I find that it leaves a little bit more of a residua behind. People believe that this cleanses more deeply, and that's kind of a gimmick, okay? I mean, you can't really deep clean your skin, and there's no need to, all right? The purpose of oil cleansing is just to remove the stuff that adheres. Your skin barrier is a barrier. Like, you don't need to, I mean, like, do you really think dirt is down in, you know, the germinative layer of the epidermis and the dermis? No, it's not. So that's gimmicky and what have you. But I find that this kind of leaves a little bit more of a filminess behind, and then it feels like it leaves a residua behind. I'm curious, I don't actually know what the ingredients in this are. I'll have to look it up, but I was contemplating purchasing this because I'm almost out of my Hada Labo cleansing oil, and I thought, like, well, maybe I should give the DHC one a real a real legitimate try, but I'm kind of on the fence about it because I love the Hada Labo one so much. So I'm curious if you guys use this, and if you've used it and used the Hada Labo one, which one you prefer, and which one, you know, this is made in Japan just like the Hada Labo. Are these, some of you guys watch me from Japan, which is so cool. Is this really popular in Japan, or, you know, do people use Hada Labo, or is there some other more popular cleansing oil? I'm sure there are bazillions out there, but I'd be curious to know like what the average guy or gal in Japan uses to take off their sunscreen and makeup as far as an oil cleanse, if it's this, or if it's Hada Labo or something else. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed the video today. Like I said, if you liked it, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.